So Connor Murphy, just 32 years old and a pioneer in the fitness industry. He was going viral back in the days before going viral was even a thing. He was pronounced dead this morning at just 32 years old in the waters outside of a town in Bangkok, Thailand. And Connor was a friend of mine, so I have my feelings and my thoughts, but I first want to share to you what happened to Connor and what caused his death. There was witnesses who saw Connor on the side of the road acting about, and he was praying on the side of the road, acting, how Connor sometimes acts. Well, they panicked. They called the police, and the Bangkok police, they came to the scene. And once Connor saw them, he panicked, and he went and jumped in the lake by his home. And he was trying, I guess, to swim away from the police so far out into that waters. And I know those waters are very deep, until he was exhausted and he ended up dying. And that's where his body was found. The police later entered his home and they saw the house was very messy. There was strange paintings all over the walls. And we've seen this behavior, with Connor before. And his girlfriend who was at the scene, she said that he was up all night. He was going crazy. He didn't sleep all night. And the next day, I guess, is where he was found on the streets, where people ended up calling the police on him.
An American man went on a violent rampage, painting the entire interior of a luxury rental home valued at 22 million baht, causing extensive damage before running into the village lake where he drowned. His girlfriend stated she did not know the cause, while the homeowner was shocked and never expected to encounter such a scene. At 3 p.m. on July 7th, Police Lieutenant, Deputy Investigation Officer, received a report of a foreign man acting erratically and jumping into the lake of a luxury village in Bang Philly district. He, along with emergency doctors, rushed to the scene. The scene was a luxury house situated next to a large pond. Divers were searching for the missing person before finding the body of Connor Michael Murphy, 32, an American, about 20 meters from the shore. They recovered the body for examination on land. No wounds or signs of assault were found. The police sent the body for further autopsy. Reviewing video footage, a village staff member showed the foreign man suddenly exhibiting erratic behavior without known cause. He ran and swam in the village lake until he became exhausted and submerged before witnesses' eyes. No one dared to enter the water due to its depth of over 10 meters, so they immediately called authorities. Divers searched for about 30 minutes before locating and retrieving the body ashore. Security personnel at the village reported that the man went out and returned by a hired vehicle, which stopped at the security checkpoint. He offered the driver 1,000 baht, but the driver refused due to the man's abnormal behavior. Then the man approached a resident's car passing by, knocked on the window to get a ride inside, while security shouted, "Don't pick him up." The man then became agitated, shouting loudly and rolling on the road, making gestures as if praying to God. When police patrol arrived, he fled into the village and jumped into the lake to swim. Police called for backup and rescue teams, as they could not control him. Eventually, he exhausted himself and drowned. Miss B, 22, the deceased's girlfriend, said they had been together for about 3 years but had lived apart due to incompatible lifestyles. They had reunited less than 3 months ago. Before the incident, their life was normal with no problems or signs of illness. She did not know why he suddenly became erratic that day and never saw him use drugs during their time together. The vandalism with paint happened during the previous night while she was asleep. He refused to sleep. The homeowner shared her shock upon seeing the house, which had been completely defaced with paint, including electrical appliances. She said she loved and cherished the house, a beautiful property by the lake. She had carefully chosen the tenant and never expected to find the house in such damaged state, with furniture and decorations all destroyed. Initially, investigators and rescue personnel conducted an autopsy, finding bruises likely caused by rolling on the road. The rescue team will send the body for further examination to determine the exact cause of death, including drug testing. Evidence is being collected and the American Embassy in Thailand has been notified to provide information about the incident.
So Connor was a friend of mine, and I'm finding it hard to come up with the right words and the right things I want to say. But we haven't spoken that much in recent years just because he's changed so much, And last I spoke to him, as you guys all know, you guys see his behavior online. It's not how Connor used to be. It's not the Connor that I once knew. And obviously we know he's been experimenting with so many different types of drugs and experiments on himself. And I believe that it took over his mind and changed him from the person we all once knew. And it's sad because 32 years old, that's a kid. He had so much more life to live, so much more to give to people in life. But he let, his demons take over him, experimenting with drugs that changed him from the person we all once knew. And think about it. His parents have to bury him. You never want to see parents bury their son. And it didn't have to be this way. The fitness industry promotes so much drug use. Even more now than it ever did before. They have a drug for literally every function of the body, and they promote this to people. And haven't we seen enough people in this industry die? My friends die. I'm tired of making these videos saying one of my friends died. And they were all similar situations. Again, this is a lesson for all of us, and, a hard lesson. 32 years old, Connor Murphy is dead. And I wish, his friends, his family, I wish them the best because I know this can't be easy. So I'm sorry because this video is hard for me to make. But I want to, wish Connor a better life, wherever he is, and wish the best to his family, to his loved ones, to his friends. And Connor, 32 years old, rest in peace, my brother.